What's happening, Creature fans? Here to give you a look at the Holiday 2020 Creature decks, out now. It's a Halloween treat. First off is the Free-for-All series. They come in 4 different colors and 4 different sizes, and they're all Powerply. Powerply is a special construction. Powerply is a special construction where a super hard special reinforced material is inserted into the nose and tail to keep them from chipping as easy as a regular deck. You can see it in between the plies and how it's just in the nose and tail. It's that black piece, and you can see it goes in about 3 inches from the tip of the tail. Serious skate technology. Powerplies also keep their pop better than a regular deck. On a regular deck, the pop gets softer as the tail wears down. When a Powerply wears down, instead you get that pop of hard material instead of just mushy wood. The idea for Powerply came from skaters at NHS who know what it's like to have boards chip. Then our legendary R&D department figured out a way to prevent that chipping and how to make it a reality. So now we have decks that won't chip as easily and the ends stay snappy much longer. The artwork for the Free-for-All series was done by Jay Howell. He's done the art for quite a few Creature decks in the past. All vibrant colors. I think it's the safety colors. The bigger sizes, the 8.8 and the 9.25, are both shape decks. They're a bit wider in the middle, they have tapered noses, and the tails are kind of squared off. The smaller sizes, the 8.5 and the 8, are more standard popsicle shapes, meaning the sides have a bit more of a straight edge and they're closer to being symmetrical as the noses are similar to the tails. I should point out that the 2 larger sizes, the 8.8 and the 9.25, have 14-inch wheelbases, where the 2 smaller shapes, the small and the medium, the 8 and the 8.5, have 14.375-inch wheelbases. Or if you live your life in fractions, 14 3/8. So the skinnier popsicle boards actually have longer wheelbases than the shaped, wider boards. Just thought you should know. They all have classic Creature concave, designed not only to be more comfortable underneath your feet, but to make the boards even stronger. The Free-for-All XL Powerply is 9.25 inches wide and 31.95 inches long and has a 14-inch wheelbase. The Free-for-All Large Powerply is 8.8 inches wide, 31.48 inches long, and has a 14-inch wheelbase. The Free-for-All Medium is 8.5 inches wide, 32.25 inches long, and has a 14.375-inch wheelbase. The Free-for-All Small is 8 inches wide, 31.8 inches long, and has a 14.375-inch wheelbase as well. Also a Powerply, but not part of that Free-for-All series, is the Cody Lockwood Onslaught Powerply. It's 8.25 inches wide, 32.04 inches long, and has a 14.35-inch wheelbase. Full graphic painted on the bottom. Looks like we got a 3-eyed wizard and a ring wraith getting after it, and apparently some serpents were summoned. Cody Lockwood Onslaught Powerply. Next up is the Russell Coat of Arms VX deck. It's 8.6 inches wide, 32.11 inches long, and has a 14.62-inch wheelbase. It's a VX deck. VX is a special construction that allows the deck to be thinner, yet stronger at the same time. How is that possible? A regular deck is made of 7 plies of wood. A VX deck only has 5 plies of wood, maple. The top layer and the second to bottom layer are made of a special material called Quad X. Quad X is a special material made out of fiberglass and carbon fiber. When you think of a skateboard bending, the top and the bottom layers get stretched or compressed depending on whether you land in the middle of the board or you land on the ends of the board. If you land on the ends of the board, it stretches the top, and if you land on the middle of the board, it stretches the bottom. The Quad X material prevents a lot of that stretching and is much thinner than a regular ply, so now you have a board that's thinner and stronger at the same time. The rest of the bottom of the deck is stained, and since that second layer of Quad X is underneath the bottom ply, the deck will slide the same as a regular wood deck will. Chris Russell is a savage. He has a video on the Creature page where he puts the VX to the test. Just look for Chris Russell VX And that right there is about as legit of a testimonial as you can get to the strength of VX technology. Next up is the Swamp Lurker series. First we have the Willis Kimball Swamp Lurker. It's a P2. It's 9 inches wide and 33 inches long and has a 15-inch wheelbase. The Kimball Swamp Lurker is unique in this series because it's a P2. The Backle and Lockwood decks are just regular deck construction. P2 decks are super strong. They have this aramid fiber insert on the top that won't stretch. When you think of a board bending on the ends, same as VX, if that top keeps it from stretching, and the tops won't bend as easily, it won't break as easily. Similar to how a VX deck works, except for VX is made out of a different material, and since it's underneath the bottom as well as on the top, it keeps it from bending both ways, whereas P2 mainly just keeps it from bending the nose and tail from the top. Also, I believe we're phasing out of P2s, so if you're a big fan of them, you might want to stock up while you can now, or just try a VX deck instead. Looks like we have kind of a chupacabra macking on some deer in the swamp. Next up is the Kevin Bockel Swamp Lurker. It's 8.6 inches wide, 32.11 inches long, and has a 14.62-inch wheelbase. Kevin Bockel rips. He's the Norwegian Hammer, and he has to be one of the gnarlier handrail skaters on the planet right now. Last of the Swamp Lurker series is the Cody Lockwood. It's 8.375 inches wide, 32 inches long, and has a 14.5-inch wheelbase. Cody Lockwood, incredible skater. The creature team just keeps getting better and better, and this swamp is hectic. Again, the Lockwood and the Backle Swamp Lurkers are regular deck construction, and the Willis is a P2. Creature Logo Stumps. Stumps are available in 5 different sizes: 8-inch, 8.25, 8.51, 8.8, and 9.0. This stump is 8.8 inches wide and 31.95 inches long, and it has a 14.25-inch wheelbase. Personally, I'm super hyped on the Stumps. Creature has always had a great selection of decks wider than 8.5. Sometimes wide decks tend to feel slow or heavy feeling. A lot of that isn't because of the width, but because they have longer wheelbases too. Stumps have shorter wheelbases for their width, none of which are longer than 14.25. Shorter wheelbases are great for flipping the board. It's easier to get the nose up on ollies, and they make a wider board have the maneuverability of a smaller size deck. They all have the classic Creature logo graphic, and I have a feeling we'll be seeing more Stumps in the future. Next up, we have some one-offs. This is the Wilkins Creech Roller. It's 8.8 inches wide, 32.5 inches long, and has a 15-inch wheelbase. This deck is standard NHS construction with Creature Classic Concave, which is as good as you can get for a regular price deck without any special construction like VX, Everslick, or P2. And it looks like Death rolled the 4, 5, 6, which makes sense since he's Death and he always wins. Jimmy Wilkins is not only one of the best vert skaters of the era, he also makes my top 10 list of smoothest skate styles of all time. Milton Martinez Stabby's Locos deck is 8.6 inches wide, 32.11 inches long, and has a 14.62-inch wheelbase. Stabbies, this looks like a Sam Hits graphic for sure. Standard deck construction, classic Creature Concave. Some more maggots on top. What up, Sam? Sick deck for the reigning Skater of the Year, Milton Martinez. The Gravette leather deck is 8 inches wide, 33 inches long, and has a 14.5-inch wheelbase. Standard deck construction with classic Creature Concave. I believe this is an actual photo of real leather that has the arrowheads and his name burned into it. It's a very cool look, very unique. Shout out to Baby Lamb, Creature legend, David Gravette. Big thanks to Jake and Noah for access to all the Creature decks. I'm going to skate these two, so keep an eye out for longer videos about VX, Powerply, and the Stumps coming soon. The Creature Holiday 2020 decks out now. Happy Halloween. Stay safe out there. Skate safe. We'll see you soon.